Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and we've got a bunch of small but very, very interesting news stories today, so buckle up for this one. Seriously though, wear your seatbelt. Like, who always says that? Odd ones out, I think. Anyway, people have been opening Commander Legends and noticing that, I think, honestly, even in my opinion, I've had these sitting out, the curl on the regular foils is worse than it's ever been in any other set. I do not know how they managed to make it worse. I have a suspicion, though. According to, I think, Mark Rosewater himself, or the head of production, one of the two said it, it takes like 2 weeks for the glue process to like cure. Or maybe it was the ink, but I think they specifically said the glue that bonds the foil card together. It takes 2 weeks for it to cure. And so they go do that in racks in something, probably a climate controlled, maybe, you know, extra hot, extra not humid, whatever room. But production's getting a little tight because of COVID and all the, backed up work and contracts that the printing facility has because they don't just print Wizard stuff. Maybe they only let them cure for a week and a half. That's just a theory. Maybe the fact that the new etched foils use different materials and maybe use a different glue because of it. Maybe they took up more room, or maybe they dried them at the same time and there was chemical cross-contamination. I mean, something went on, but these are just terrible. So people are getting pretty heavily, like a couple hundred upvoted posts on the subreddit showing off, hey, look at this crap. This is like worse than I've ever seen it. I mean, I've got a pile right now that I don't think I could even sell. It's a good thing they're bulk, but yeah, I tried just as a sample, taking a whole bunch, sleeving them all and putting them inside of a fat pack box. Same result, if not worse. And they were stored in a climate-controlled environment. I actually still have my dehumidifier running in the room that I put them in. So naturally, we get the whiny contrarian wizard's ass kisser on the subreddit with a 70% upvoted post, which in my opinion is way too high, but you know what kind of people go on there as opposed to the more unrestricted Magic subreddits. Let's just put it that way. Big supporters, throwing that out there. Well, we get this post. Can we take a break from pictures of curled foils? No. No, the answer is no. I paid good money for the premium version of this product to buy cards that I can play the game with. I know, I'm such a demanding customer. I guess I'm just being unreasonable that the product I bought to play the game with, I want to play the game with. And these, you can't put them in a deck, you can't shuffle them, there's no effective way to straighten them. People are like, put it under a heavy book. Cool, that buys you about 2 hours until you take it out from under the book. People are talking about, steam or humidors, and like, I've got an idea. How about you just sell me a product that works out of the box, now that you've established that the etched foils do not curl? Oh, they better make that the default, and they better do it quick. I mean, seriously. Unfortunately, I believe the staff already made some statements that kind of hinted at, no, they're going to keep it an ultra premium thing. Which, by the way, kind of leads to the next little mini news story. Look literally anywhere, social media, Twitter, Reddit, anywhere. You will find a link to the survey about Commander Legends. Go take it. Let them know what you think. There's a lot of good, a lot of bad, and Wizards needs to hear about it. And they tend to only send out the surveys to the biggest ass kissers ever, the biggest Wizards apologists who think that Wizards can do no wrong, and that's the information they get from them. So we need you guys who are a little bit more based to go take that survey. So go find the link. I'd post the link, but then it's like it has like a referral source that would be wrong and throw it off, and then sometimes the link breaks. It's a whole thing. You got to go find like one they posted. So definitely go do that. Heck, go do that while you're watching the rest of the dang video. So anyway, this post says, listen, the quality of foils is not great. It is, the cards are unusable. Okay, I'm already not on your side with that first sentence. They are unusable. They are defective trash that should result in a class action lawsuit. When a product reaches 100% defect rate, that's usually when like the FTC steps in. This is ridiculous. So then they say, I know it. Wizards knows it. Well, they don't hear it enough, apparently. Everybody in the sub knows it. Is it a problem? Yes. Is it as big a deal as people make it out to be? I don't think so. You are buying cards that you can't use. It is, if anything, people are underselling how big of an issue this is. And then they discredit their entire statement here with, but then again, I don't collect foils. Well, then you should shut up because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. They even say, I'm sure it's super frustrating to you if you do. Anyway, the point at which curled foils aren't, or at the point, what did they even write? Anyway, at the point at which curled foils aren't news, can you do me a favor and chill out a bit with the posts and pictures of curled cards? No. I mean, if people didn't want to see them and didn't want to bring it to Wizards' attention and didn't want to comment on it, they wouldn't be upvoting it. So you're coming to the subreddit, telling people what they can and can't upvote, and saying that everybody on the subreddit needs to cater to you. They have to stop seeing the content they want and cater the whole thing to just you. I wonder if this person's a lefty SJW. I wonder. Some 20-year-old rich entitled millennial piece of shit that's ruining every aspect of society right now, because it's really sounding like it. So I'm not even going to read the rest of this. It's all just bullshit. Next up, turns out a pretty significant and probably legally actionable, but who cares enough to sue them, issue came up with the German translation on, I believe this is Commander Legends. This is in Europe. It was produced in Belgium. It even says that right in it. It says right there, second line, middle right, it contains one Landerkarte. That had to at least be close. That's land card. Or is it Landerkarte? I should know what the umlaut means at this point. I actually know that it's called an umlaut. How bad is that? Well, surprise, they don't contain any lands because this set doesn't contain lands. I mean, you'll get one eventually, but not every pack has one. So they recycled the old translation and the old format from, like, I don't know, a different set that did come with one land per pack and just put it on this one. I mean, how else would you explain this? Like, they obviously didn't retranslate the English one. So once again, lazy, money saving, lack of, proofreading, just lack of any kind of effort given to the foreign products at all. Now in Europe, I mean, when it comes to stuff that's borderline gambling, like, you have to disclose exactly what's in it, the odds, all that stuff. That's the reason that the secret hidden page that Wizards doesn't want you to know about, which I linked to in the description in case you want to check it out, exists for even the digital products. You have to get the win rewards, the fill rewards, the wild card results, the odds, the shifting odds. I mean, the rarities, like the foil rate, everything has to be disclosed in some European countries, probably Germany included, but I don't know for sure. And so they made this page disclosing it all. And they did it because it's extremely strict. So they would jump all over a giant corporation just for being a giant corporation because they're all borderline socialists over there. A bunch of gun-free, stupid nanny states where they think every single person is an idiot and needs to be babysat by the government. So to a lot of European crybabies, it's like, oh, they said there's a land and there's not. Oh, sue them immediately, fine them. It's really just, oh, let's get a bunch of money from giant corporations. It's all bullshit. So if somebody who gives enough of a crap catches this, and if the German laws also give enough of a crap, or the European Union or whatever the hell goes on over there, yeah, they could get in trouble for saying that something's in there that's not in there, because that means all the odds are off, all the rarities are off, everything. And mislabeling a borderline gambling product that's basically loot box, ooh boy, not good. You do not want to do that. Unfortunately, probably nobody gives enough of a crap to actually pursue this, but yeah, good job, Wizards. You screwed up legally again. Hopefully it turns into lawsuit number 4 or 5 so far this year for you. That'd be great. International lawsuits are so much fun. And finally, the last story is this right here. You might be saying, what the heck is that? That looks cool. Well, there's a company called XM Studios who just announced this Chandra figure, which is 1/4 scale, so that'd be just over a foot, somewhere a little under 1.5 feet, I think, tall. So, pretty big, and because it's that big, they were able to put crazy detail into it. I mean, just look at that armor. I mean, geez. And from what I could gather on their website, they've done Star Wars stuff. They've done Transformers. They got some pretty good, DC licenses and that kind of stuff. Bunch of Marvel stuff, too, I think. But never a Wizards of the Coast property. So I guess this is part of Wizards' push as of 3 years ago to start letting out their IP to more and more and more things. And I think they had said that in the announcement for the Netflix series, actually, which we're still yet to see. I'm sure it'll be terrible, though. I bet it's caught up in, like, who can out SJW the others, like Wizards of the Coast saying, no, it needs to be woker, and Netflix saying, oh, we already made every single character gay. What more do you want? We put in jokes about Donald Trump even though he doesn't exist in the multiverse. What more do you want from us? I'm sure it'll be a train wreck. If you haven't already unsubbed from Netflix, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. But here's the bad news. Historically, these are pretty expensive. All kinds of XM figures from XM Studios, who are the ones making this, case I didn't mention it, they are up there price-wise. The prices currently for their other figures are in Singapore dollars, but they're pretty close to 1-to-1 to American. I think it's a little high. So like $1,500 over there would be like $1,100 to us, something in that neighborhood. So yeah, this is most likely going to be a little over $1,000. I know, I've just raised your anticipation expectations and then dashed them instantly. But if you have more money than sense, you'll be able to order this pretty soon. They don't have an official date yet that I know of, but honestly, if I made the $10 million a year, I'd probably pick this up. Like, are you kidding me? Of course I would. Like, this is art right here. I wish it was a character I liked more in the storyline. I kind of don't like her personality and her decision making, but, whatever. Still looks absolutely cool as hell. But then again, I mean, so do my t-shirts. And think about how many t-shirts you can get from my Teespring store for like $1,000. I mean... Oh, by the way, I think I just uploaded a dog sweatshirt that you can buy. It's actually a pretty good price, too. I don't remember what I wrote on it. I think it's something hilarious. So if that's gone live, I mean, might as well just go to Teespring with the link in the description just to go check it out to see it, because it's worth seeing. And also, I've been really busy. Hopefully sometime tomorrow I can get the new shirt design up. I'm still kind of finalizing it. There was an issue with the size versus the quality, and then like me not being able to make it truly vector, and it's just a whole thing. But it's coming soon, so you might not want to make an order quite yet. Might want to wait just a couple days. Also, for the patrons out there, I guess, extra news story. The gun range is down for a little bit. It's going to take me until at least this weekend to find a secondary place to put some holes in some cards. So I can almost guarantee they're still coming out for Christmas. But yeah, apparently it's very difficult to just put a rifle bullet through some cards safely this time of year. I'm working on it, though. I think today I'm just going to make the blank envelopes and just handwrite all of the addresses, because that's the tedious part anyway. The rest is just packaging. Oh, and if I win the Powerball tonight, I'll send you all a Jace, like those solid silver Jace things. You know, the collectible serialized ones that are like $100 and some. Yeah, if I win the Powerball jackpot, I'll send you each one of those. Don't count on it. Oh, and there's one other news story that I didn't care about, so I forgot, so I'll just tack it on. Keldheim, they just confirmed via another leak, this is like leak number 6 for Keldheim, that there's going to be 2 commander decks that are launching with it instead of Planeswalker decks. I thought that when they did the timeline announcement for 2021 that they already said that, but maybe not. People are acting like that's news, so maybe it's just me, maybe it is. So that leak comes compliments of one of the distributors who perpetually does not give a crap. Not going to say which, I bet you could guess. Also, we have an anonymous leak that it'll be called Elven Empire and Phantom Premonition. But the source is pretty shaky on that one. Although we know that the set will have elves. I think that was leaked somehow. There have been a lot of leaks. So that's all the news for today. Pretty wild stories, actually. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys next video.